That's all I have time for.
Natalie Haynes. You think about sex, do you remember how shit you were the first time as well? That's it. No, do you know what I mean? That's not an insult, but like, it's crap.
The point that a lot of people misunderstand about comedians is that it isn't just about being funny.
The fact people are actually paying money to come see you is a bit daunting. If you thought about it, you'd probably have a bit of a nervous breakdown.
To make the effort to get up there and go through all the hoops, you've got to have something to say.
Shit!
I'm Natalie Haynes and I'm a stand-up comedian.
Hi! Have you ever knowingly committed genocide? Why? Why were we going to write, yeah we have, actually. That seems you could anyway, go on. Oh wait, if you have committed...
I'm at the bit where you turn up and go, hello, can I do the open spot please? And people say, yeah, alright then. And then you turn up and do the open spot and sometimes it goes well and sometimes it goes badly. And if it goes well, they ask you back for pence, and if it goes badly, they say you can come back for no money again. If it goes very badly indeed, then you slink off into the night and pretend it wasn't you, which can only be a good thing. Also then dye your hair, get a new haircut and turn up in different clothes in 6 months' time to do it again.
Hi, my name's Natalie Haynes, I'm a stand-up comedian and I'm looking to do an open spot at Rawhide. Yeah, I can't do the next couple of weeks.
An open spot is somebody you don't know about. They're coming out of nowhere. There's no directory. You can't start ringing around. It's fairly well established now on the London circuit who's good, who you should call for headliners and stuff, but for open spots you're just shooting in the dark. The onus is really on them. It has to be. It's the bit where I don't work. They work for me completely and they're doing it for free, so they've got to make it work for them in terms of be so good that I'll want to book them again.
Open spots are the ways of finding people. You know, you get a lot of phone calls from acts through the week saying, I'm absolutely fantastic, book me at your club. And I'm generally not in the habit of saying, no, here's loads of money then, come and do 20 minutes. And then them ending up being absolutely terrible, because I ended up being a bit stupid then. So you say, come up and do an open spot, and it's a chance for us to have a look at you, because we can't go up and down the country going to all those different clubs. And we've got one here that we've got to sort of keep running.
My first one wasn't great, it wasn't atrocious, but it wasn't great, and they did have me back, and the second one was great, and then the third one I did there was going back to indifferent again. So yeah, unless you have an absolute crisis, I had the worst but one gig I've ever done was in Nottingham just before Christmas, and it was just atrocious. They didn't even hate me, they didn't care.
Hello, you've reached Andy Robinson. Please leave your message after the tone.
I'm Andy Robinson and I'm a stand-up comic.
Hello Andy, it's Stan from the Comedy Cupboard. I don't know how full your diary is at the moment, but is it possible for you to do next Friday for us? If you give me a ring back ASAP, that'd be great. Okay, cheers, bye.
Just slipped into Michael Barrymore for a second. But when I say slipped in, no what? So say up to Coon.
I don't really know why I started doing it. I think I'd seen a couple. I'd gone to a club and seen a couple of people doing it. And when I first started, like honestly, naively, I thought everyone just did it for like the fun of it. You know, I thought they all did it. I thought it was like an underground, almost like poetry reading type thing where people just wanted to do it. I never realised there was any people got paid for it or anything. And I just saw it and fancied it. You know, I thought, oh, I could do that. Saw a couple of people I didn't think were very good. And I thought, oh, I can be better than that, you know. And then like you go and do it, and then you realise that they are actually quite good, and it's harder than it looks. But I don't know, you know, probably just ego.
Andy's only failure is that sometimes he gets lazy, and that's partly because he knows Birmingham audiences so well, and he's played here many times, played the Glee, obviously, far more times. and partly because he's at the stage where his career is on the verge of takeoff. I know he's talked to the BBC in terms of writing some stuff for them, and there's a lot of things going on, so he's on the verge of takeoff. So when he comes and plays the smaller gigs, sometimes he gets a little bit lazy. When he doesn't, when he's up for it, he's absolutely outstanding. He has an ability to work with an audience that very few people have, and it's a natural ability.
Obviously we have to look at like up and coming, you know, I'll see as a football team, we have to look at up and coming talent, so consequently it's no good having a strong first team if you haven't got a youth team. I'm hoping Andy wouldn't mind me, like, you know, quoting him in that context, but I mean obviously Andy is, you know, just starting off, like, you know, so therefore, like, you know, obviously we've got to keep our eye on him, and if it helps him to come under our auspices, because I'd like to think we've got a little bit of clout. So therefore, if Andy needs any assistance, then we can give that to Andy. And at the same time, we can groom him for bigger and better things.
But just to show you, I have got a feminine side which I want to share with you. Do you think I look fat in these jeans?
We used to seeing men. We used to having men entertainers, and we're used to women bringing out the cake. Somebody said, I don't remember who, that when a man gets up to speak, people listen. When a woman gets up to speak, people look, and if they like what they see, then they listen. And I think that's pretty true.
It helps you because there are very few women on the circuit, and so you're automatically a rarity value kind of commodity. People are already going to say, hooray, great, we'll have a girl on the bill. We don't often have a girl on the bill, and that can only be a good thing.
Have any of you been out in the pool recently?
It doesn't help you because people assume instinctively that women aren't funny, which is a bit of a bugger, frankly. I mean, even women think women aren't funny, and that's atrocious, and it makes it very difficult because it means you have to go up there and convince them and win an awful lot of trust that if you're just, you know, one of the boys going up there, then people are like, hooray, you're one of us, and if you're a girl, then it's like, well, you must prove yourself, and that's unfortunate, and everyone tries to cop off with you, and that's just irritating.
But I still haven't seen a woman stand up in a comedy club in London and not have some, oh, shut, get your tits out. And I think that's, and it's still kind of 4-to-1 in a bill. I mean, if you look at a Jongleurs bill, for instance, there'll be 5 comics in a show, and there'll be 4 of them will be men, and 1 will be a woman, or it'll be 5 male comics. I don't think that's Jongleurs' fault. I think that's a reflection of how comedy comes through the scene.
The worst gig of my entire career in Edinburgh was to an audience of 15, which is a lot in Edinburgh. And there was a middle-aged couple who were lovely, and 13 blokes. And before I'd even got on stage, they were going, where is she? Get her clothes off. And I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. And I got up there, and they were vile.
It's Natalie Haynes. I wondered if I could come and do Last Laugh again.
And they just talked through the whole show and then just flung abuse. And it was just kind of, if you want to heckle me, then I'll answer you. But if you're just going to talk over me and then go, what the fuck are you on about, bitch? Then it's not going to be quite as entertaining. And it got to about 5 to 1, because I performed from midnight till 1 o'clock in the morning. And they started throwing furniture, at which point I just thought, fuck this, I'm off. And indeed said, fuck this, I'm off, and left the stage.
And I wonder if you're booking a new season now, because you asked me to give you a call. Yeah, that'd be great, actually, yeah. Cool.
And yeah, they were horrible. It was my mistake. I shouldn't have stopped to say sorry because I got hit by a scaffolding pole here. Thanks, boys. Very nice, and obviously good still to have the scar. Cheers, no, that's fine. I admire a man who can get out with 12 of his mates and pick on a girl.
I loathe heckling. People always think that I'm really hard and all that kind of thing. But obviously, it's just a defence mechanism against heckling. So I come in, I steam on stage, and I sort of start talking, and I don't leave any gaps. So there actually isn't time for a heckler to get anything in and be heard. That's my technique. I don't mind some friendly kind of encouraging heckling, but I think that when it becomes abusive and sort of very, I just think, well, don't stay here, go away, get your money back, go home. I don't need you.
You do get a lot of people sort of coming in, the only sort of experience I've had of live comedy is seeing Chubby Brown or Bernard Manning, and they sort of expect that stuff, you know, and then they either really get into it or they get pissed off because they can't understand it.
Hi Andy, it's Mark from Jokers. We've had a call about a new club that's opening in London, and after somebody to compare the opening night. I've given them your number, so expect a call. Cheers.
Look, Adam, I'm just doing my job, you know what I mean? I don't come to where you work and fucking hassle you, do I? Mind you, I don't think you can fit 2 people in a newspaper stands.